What's happening, guys? I think I should start by apologising. We have not been able to get any videos uploaded in the past little while. There's been a few different reasons. It's we don't have time. It's the editing more than the filming. So I apologise, but hopefully I have found a new way to maybe try and keep the vlogs a little bit more constant. Maybe hopefully going to get it out weekly. I'm not too sure if it's going to hold up the quality wise, because we're planning, I'm just going to film and I'm going to put it together using an app on my phone. So, well, let's see how it goes. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to seeing some content. You can see behind me, the car has progressed. We are in a workshop, as also you can see. I think the last vlog I was possibly on my driveway. The camera right now is sat on top of Clive's 200SX S14, which we are also doing work to. I'll show you a little bit of that in this video. But let's talk about how far we've come with this. You can see we have a rear arch. I'll do a video. I'll explain. We've got plenty of pictures throughout the process. We pretty much started with a masking tape, like a masking tape template over the wheel. We now have a fully formed arch, which we're just getting ready to lay down some primer, lay down some paint. Then we can buff it up, make it nice and smooth, and we're going to pull a mold off of it so that we can then recreate the panel as an individual panel rather than what we have now. You can see on the front, we got hold of a Porsche 930 slant nose conversion, which we have every intention of somehow making fit the front of a Nissan. So we'll see how that one pans out. Right now, the jobs I'm working on, I have moved forward a little bit. I'm now just beginning to develop the roof latching system. You can see on the windscreen, we have a carbon roof skin. This will become the new roof panel. I've just got to strengthen it and design ways for it to lock into place. So I tell you, why don't I take you on a little walk around the car, show you how far we've got, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, let's start at the front. Let's walk this round. So the Vertex bumper is basically dumped on the floor at the minute because it will not fit because of the pop-up motors, which you can see there. These are a replica kit for the 930. Undecided. We may keep the louvers because they work quite well with the rear window louver. I have nothing in my pocket to flip this up with. Oh. There we go. That is the kind of look we're going to go for, but obviously there's a lot of work involved in this. This is not a straightforward situation, but we think it'll be kind of cool. So obviously we're going to adapt this. We're going to get fiberglass OEM wings, and obviously we also have the Rocket Bunny wings to go on. What else do we have? The carbon roof skin, which has been sat here for a while and looking kind of dusty, which obviously the dust has majorically come from us building this. So this obviously began as a Rocket Bunny arch. It is now nothing like a Rocket Bunny arch, I suppose. I never liked how the Rocket Bunny arch stopped here at the top of the skirt, but I did quite like the little, the extra swage line down the bottom there. So we have effectively moved all of that down, and the paint sort of represents the detail line that will be going into it. We are just prepping it up at the minute, obviously trying to get it up as smooth as possible so that we can get it fully painted. So when we try and pull a mold off of this, you can see the skirt line is here, so this will be split at that point. That will then get molded independently so we can get it 3D scanned, mirrored, remade, and that will give us both sides. We've begun sorting the chassis out. So again, this line here of the bumper is a straight through line on the arch. So once that is all prepped, that is where that will be cut. The rear bumper, we obviously got rid of the turn lights. We've got rid of the number plate recess. So we decided we'd stick with the swage line. Rather than blending in the KBD, we thought we'd keep that as a nice line because it sort of works quite nicely, obviously, with what's going on up here, because we've had to adjust the bumper to suit the Mitsubishi lights. Now, as I said, we've begun shaping the chassis back in because water has to flow. So water effectively is going to come in around the top and stuff like that when it rains. The idea is obviously it runs down here, runs off the car, but we've developed it into a channel so that the water should flow down and away. I can't sort any of this welding out just yet because obviously the bumper doesn't come off. Once the bumper's been taken off, we'll infill pieces like this, and I'll get a die grinder, we'll sort out all these welds, we'll make sure the whole thing is watertight, because effectively when the lights are back in, these are the original light baskets off the Mitsubishi. So with the lights back in, the whole back end should be watertight, meaning water can run wherever it wants. These are the original boot trim plastics, and this is the fiberglass panel that's been created. So eventually that will house some of the audio. We're yet to work on the tailgate. Well, we've done some work to it. We have extended it, but it now needs trimming back because we need to replicate this panel gap here for the rubber. As you can see, it's connecting with the car at the minute. Moving around here, not much going on. This is where we over paneled the car because obviously the chassis needed realigning to suit the light baskets and the tailgate. Yeah, so that's how we're looking. Let's just go back to the arch because that's the nice bit. Yeah, doors are still working well. Not sure, they may have dropped a little bit by now. I don't think it's going to stay. No. Well, let's see if it slams. That wasn't too bad. I think that even latched. So the next jobs I'm moving on to is I'm going to be working on the door, working on the latch, working on the roof, and the guys are going to get the arch finished. I will then be the one who takes the mold, so that Kenny can jump back onto trimming the tailgate and Martin will come back and get finishing on that bumper. So that is basically where we're at right now. So it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of looking a lot more like a car than it ever has. And over here to my left, we have a very sorry state of a 200SX. But as a little teaser, we do have classic Impreza headlights mounted up. So stay tuned for that one. So that is the position we are in with this car and this car. Hopefully, as I said, we're going to try and get the videos a little bit more on point. Hoping the quality of the actual render doesn't take too much of a hit because I'm going to attempt to do it on my phone to begin with. But yeah, I will now start trying to show you how we move forward. I'm going to be working on the latching system next, and then for the next video after this one, I will try and fish out all the pictures I've got of the process of us building this arch, because I'm sure that might be of interest to some people who are possibly contemplating doing this themselves. So far it hasn't been too hard, but it's a grey area for us on this whole 3D printing, scanning, mirroring aspect. But how hard can it be? We've managed to do this, so we should be able to get that done. Anyway, if you've got any questions, any comments, please drop them down below. We'll come back to you, or I'll sort of address them in the next video. But yeah, hopefully we'll get it going on a little bit more regular. So stay tuned.